Hey everybody, this vid goes out to Natural 20 Films, and I've never done a response video before, but I thought that I would do one because I was inspired by a vid that Natural 20 did. And what inspired me was his homebrew campaign character sheet. And he was going over it on his video, and he showed a visual alignment system that he had come up with for the sheet. And it just sparked my imagination. I thought, wow, this is a fantastic idea. I love it. So I've kind of stolen it from my campaign. I have modified it some. I'm going to show you what it looks like, what I did to it, and let's go to the table and I'll show you what it looks like. So here's the graphic I've come up with, but I want to talk a little bit about it first. I play 4E, and it has the most boring alignment system in the world. There's lawful good, good, neutral, and evil. And there's, they're not even with, 3.5, there was the, they had more variation. But the problem with that still is that there's really not a lot of variation. I mean, it's like, if someone does something as a DM, I guess it's punishment or, whatever. Not necessarily punishment, but, a change of alignment. You can always change a person's alignment if they're not behaving in their alignment. But that's really kind of just, I don't know, it's always awkward. I've never been attracted to that. So what I came up with was a mix of what Natural 20 did, and I kind of applied it to my own thinking process. So I'm calling this living alignment, and I've got a track. And Natural 20 had just a horizontal track. I've also got a vertical track. So in the center is neutral. And then on this end, I've changed some of the terms that he had. On this end, I have virtuous. So a paladin, might strive to be virtuous or lawful virtuous, and if you're playing an evil campaign, they might strive to be abominable or chaotic or whatever, or lawful, abominable. So these different markers on this track show how close you are to the max. So if you're, here's moral. So if you're here, you're moral. If you're here, you're ethical. If you're here, you're virtuous. And I did the same I have a shorter track for the chaotic and lawful, but I kind of did the same thing. So each one of these marks shows precisely where you are on each track. So you'll have one mark on the vertical track and one mark on the horizontal track. And if characters do something that would push them one step up or down, say an act, kind of like chipping away at their soul or redeeming themselves, or turning the other cheek, or following the law or whatever, depending on what they do, you can bump them up or down. In my game, I want to have where characters can actually suggest that other characters do this too. So it's a big role-playing thing where a character who's a lawful paladin, may not want to go too far. He may not want to get too far past virtuous, so he may have to do things to keep him on this end of the track. So instead of the DM just, randomly saying, okay, you're not lawful good anymore, you're neutral good, or whatever, you can visually show on the track where they're at. And I really, really like that. I think that's a really cool idea. So this is just going to slip into the character packet. We use a lot of dry erase markers with, we use like plastic sheets to cover our character sheets, and use a lot of dry erase markers. So you can just slide this down to the bottom of that on the back side of the page. Then you just mark where your character's at on this alignment chart. So I think this really has a lot of RP applications to it, and I really want to thank Natural 20 for coming up with this. I think this is a genius idea. It's kind of something I've been looking for. I've never been really happy with alignment, and I'm a visual type person. And this, really looking at this on the marks on this track, you can really tell where a character's at in their moral life, and how they're behaving. And I really like that. I think that's really cool. So to finish up, I just did this on I used a little bit of Photoshop, and I used a program called Inkscape, which is a free, you can download it yourself. It's a free vector-based program. If people don't know what that is, it's just drawing with mathematics. You can draw the circles and the lines and all that kind of stuff. And it's you know, with a vector-based program, it's any resolution. So, you know, if you do something on a JPEG, it has a certain resolution. But if you do something in a vector program, it has any resolution. So you can blow it up to, you know, you can blow it up to billboard size. Or you can have it a business card size. So anyways, so I used Inkscape to create this, and then I added this little banner in Photoshop. So there you go. That's my little living alignment chart, and I think this is going to be a lot of fun in my game, and I really want to thank you, Natural 20. Take care.